Yeah, sup. So before we get into anything at all, I just want to make sure that everyone is absolutely clear that this is not a hit piece. If you've played Exfilzone, you know there's a ton to love, and that's exactly why I'm making this video. I want this game to succeed, but to get there we need to talk about what's hurting it, because right now it's bleeding. So yeah, everything in this video comes from a place of genuine respect for Caveman Studios and genuine love for the game. Exfilzone has something special, something the VR space desperately needed, and ignoring its problems helps no one. So let's be honest, let's be constructive, and let's talk about the biggest issue currently dragging the game down. So if you don't know, or if you're new to the game, here's a quick rundown. Contractor Showdown Exfilzone is Caveman's full send attempt at bringing Escape from Tarkov to VR. And honestly, they did an impressive job. The gunplay feels weighty and grounded. The pacing strikes a great balance between tactical and chaotic. The tension, that heart-pounding I'm about to lose everything tension, is something that VR hasn't captured quite as well before, in my opinion. And the gunsmithing was a huge step in that Tarkov direction too. It kind of gives customization and depth, and I think everybody was kind of wanting that from a, well, one-to-one Tarkov extraction shooter in VR. So yeah, suffice it to say, when this game hits its stride, it hits it hard. But, true to form, it also inherited some of Tarkov's problems. And the biggest one, the one that we're going to be talking about today, is item duplication. Specifically, today we're going to be talking about the duplication of high-tier ammo like M993 and SMB. And to be clear, this is not a let me show you how it's done. If that's what you're here for, you can click off. I have no idea. I don't know the methods, and I don't want to. People have literally offered to teach me, and I turned it down. But I do know with 100% certainty that the dupes still exist. As cool as it was, the gunsmithing system did unintentionally open the door to new dupe methods. And apparently, they're obviously pretty hard to permanently eliminate. And to that end, credit where it's due. Caveman Studios has been actively patching dupes. You can see it in all their patches. They're constantly working toward it. They clearly care. They're trying, and they're updating. But right now, it feels like dupe whack-a-mole. Seems like one gets patched and another one pops up, and it's over and over and over. So I think that there needs to be a temporary solution in place while they continue to hunt down the root causes. So we have officially reached the segment of the video where not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's okay. So it is my belief that the only way forward at the moment is to temporarily remove these top tier ammos. So I'm talking about M993, I'm talking about SMB, I'm talking about 7.62 AP, and 5.56 AP. And immediately after you remove these ammos, wipe the game. There's just so much of it out there right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm assuming because there's so much of it out there right now and there's so much that was duped, they made the rounds purchasable with money. I think it's like, I could be wrong with the pricing, but it's like 120 to like 185k per 15. You can purchase them just unlimited. And I assume that was sort of the response to kind of counteract the duping problem. And they're not cheap. You know, they're not cheap. That's a lot of money. That could break you pretty easily. The solution really only punishes honest players that don't dupe, because dupers are still just going to dupe. Meanwhile, the honest players are going to spend their life savings trying to just catch up and keep up with the friggin' dupers, man. And that's going to end up with a lot of players being resentful of the game, feeling frustrated, and I think ultimately, unfortunately, being pushed away. And I think right now, the player count kind of speaks to that. I think that, by and large, we're kind of hemorrhaging players here, man. And honestly, the worst part's not even the duping. It's what the ammo availability does to armor. Armor, by the way, is one of the most important systems in a Tarkov-like game. And right now, it may as well not even exist. When everyone's running rounds that delete the best armor instantly, fights devolve into who can land the first headshot. The depth, the decision-making, the tension of, do I push, do I heal, do I rotate? All that vanishes. And look, I love the gritty, miserable fights. I like the fights where you're limping, you're bleeding and shit, you're holding your gun with a broken arm and it's shaking. That's the charm, man. That's the immersion. And that's what gives games like this, like Tarkov, their soul. The quick one-tap meta just isn't unfun. It removes the thing that makes Exfilzone Exfilzone. And before anybody gets in my comment section talking about skill issue, trust me, it's not. I'm still winning most of my engagements, but I can recognize when a core system is being bypassed entirely. So remove the ammo, wipe the game. Levels the playing field again. There's not all this freaking duped ammo out there. Everybody starts fresh. It gives armor back its purpose, which is the biggest thing. And honestly, man, I think at this point it kind of restores a little bit of trust. If players see that the developers are willing to take action, decisive action, to protect the integrity of the game, that's a lot. It says a lot. Wipes are normal in extraction shooters, man, and right now we need one. And I'm fully aware that the dupes will still exist and people will still dupe, but at least they're not going to be duping friggin' 993 and SMB and one tap and everything. Dupe M61, okay, fine. That's cool with me. Fights can still last a really long time with M61. I mean, it's still a dupe and it's still mega shitty, but it's not nearly as egregious and disgusting as duping M993, let's be honest. Honestly, like a couple of weeks after you unlock M61, you're probably going to be sitting on a good stockpile of it anyway if you're buying it every day like you should. So that's really about all I got, man. I just wanted to make this a really quick video addressing this issue. I see a lot of people in all the contractors groups, like if it's on Facebook or if it's wherever it is, I see a lot of people talking about this, and I agree with them. I think the reigning opinion is that this probably should happen. And I say all this because I care about the game. I want it to thrive. I really do, and not wither under the weight of exploits. I really think this game has something special, something worth preserving. And I think that addressing the ammo dupes at least starts us on the path to making the game what it deserves to be. I want the pain, man. I want the suffering. I want the messy firefights where survival feels earned. I want the game I know it can be. So if Caveman sees this, I hope they see it not as criticism, but as passion. That's all I got for you. Peace.